Welcome to another edition of Sports Talk with Kevin. This is October 10th, the Saturday before the Colts at Browns. I'm gonna give you my quick predictions today, and then also afterwards, I want to give you a little insight on what the Pacers should do with Victor Oladipo and Myles Turner. Now we have a Browns offense that put up 500 yards against Dallas last week. They ran the ball 40 times for a little over 300 yards and averaged just under 8 yards a carry. They're not going to do that this week. They're not. What the coach should do this week, though, is Frank Wright, Nick Sirianni, is feature Jonathan Taylor. Please give that man the ball 25 to 30 times. The reason why I say this is because something about Marlon Mack's game that is very underappreciated is that he has patience and he also has excellent vision. He has the patience to wait until a hole develops. He has the vision to see that hole and the one-cut ability to, when you see that hole, hit it and go. Now, Jonathan Taylor doesn't have that just yet. He's a rookie. This is going to be his 5th game. So what I see is happening is he's getting the ball and just running. So what we should do is we drafted him, it's our second pick of the draft, to be the feature back in the future. So let's feature him now. The time is now. So let's get him the ball 25 to 30 times a game. Tomorrow at Cleveland, let's get him I would say like 20 carries, 20 to 25 carries, and about 5 catches out the backfield, 3 to 5 catches out the backfield. And then another thing, now this is more towards Phillip Rivers. I'm going to need Phillip Rivers to give T.Y. Hilton the ball. Now, T.Y. Hilton is a receiver that Phillip Rivers has never had before. And what I mean is T.Y. is a shorter receiver. He's 5'8", 5'9". Probably he's listed as like I think 185 pounds, but he's probably more like a $175. So Phillip Rivers always had the receivers where he just throws the ball up, and it is almost always jump ball situations with his receivers. To me, that shows a lack of accuracy. Now, is Phillip the most accurate quarterback? We don't know. So with him not trusting his arm with T.Y. Hilton, that can be a huge issue, because if he don't trust his ability to get the ball to T.Y. in an accurate spot, T.Y. won't get the catches. So I want to see Phillip challenge herself and also challenge T.Y. Find that connection that y'all been having throughout training camp. And this is why I always hate hearing every year somebody on the Colts, or not even just the coach, just somebody on these teams, they're having a great camp. They're having a great camp. They're having a great camp. You're having a great camp is because you know what's going to happen all throughout camp. It's generally always a base defense. It's generally always basic offense. So I got tired of hearing all the connections between Phillip and T.Y. It's great. It's great. It's great. No, the time is now. Phillip, give T.Y. the ball. Throw him the ball deep. Throw him the ball short. Throw him the ball in intermediate areas. Give T.Y. the ball. T.Y. should have somewhere between 5 to 7 catches this week against this soft Browns defense. This Browns defense don't have the ability to stop anybody. Like last week, the Browns played Dallas, and that was a lot of yards with that game. Let me see. Let me go down and ski real quick. Sorry, y'all. But last week, like I said, the Browns played Dallas, and I believe Dallas had over 500 yards along with the Browns. Dallas put up 38 points last week. The Browns put up 49. So last week, Dak Prescott went 41 of 58 for 502 yards and 4 touchdowns. Ezekiel Elliott ran the ball 12 times for 54 yards. Why did they stop running the ball? I do not know. Amari Cooper had 12 catches for 134 yards. Dallas had 566 yards of offense. So this Cleveland defense cannot stop anybody. Dallas had 35 first downs. What changed the game was Dallas also had 3 turnovers. Time of possession was Cleveland 33 minutes, Dallas 26 minutes. So if the Colts can run the ball, can pass the ball, and also stop the run, this can be an easy dub. And when I mean throw the ball, I want to see, like I said, I want to see T.Y. If Amari Cooper had 12 catches for 134 yards, I want to see T.Y. with 12. No, I want to see T.Y. with 7 for about 95 yards and a touchdown. But we got to, we got to build to get our passing game, not even our passing game, our offense in general in the groove. So I believe this is going to be the game where our offense gets it going. And this might be the game where our offense carries our defense, because once we get a lead, then we can see Justin Houston go after the quarterback, DeForest Buckner, disrupt the middle of the trenches. He's going to be able to stop their running game, stop their passing game. Baker Mayfield is a shorter quarterback, so us having a defensive lineman that is 6'7", it's going to be huge this game. And that's what people's forgetting is Baker Mayfield, he's an accurate quarterback, but he's short. So we're going to have a defensive lineman that's 6'7", coming at you all day. That's going to be crazy for Baker Mayfield. I don't see Cleveland running the ball for 300 yards like they did against Dallas. Like I said, once again, they ran the ball 40 times. They ran the ball 40 times for like 306 yards and averaged 7.7 yards a carry. That's not happening this week. So this is going to be the week that the offense matches our defense, and we're going to win this game 27-23. And that's going to be that's my prediction this week. The Colts are going to win 27-23. Phillip Rivers is going to have a great game. T.Y. is going to have a great game. Jonathan Taylor is going to have a great game. Justin Houston is going to have a great game. Now, I do see our defense, though. I do see our defense having a little bit of trouble. That's because we don't have Darius Leonard, and that man's an all-pro linebacker. So that's going to be huge. People like to say, "Oh, he's great in space." But yeah, he's a great in space linebacker. But he's also shown plenty of times that he's a linebacker. He doesn't care about stopping the run. He doesn't care about doing the dirty work, getting an interception, or being playing close to the line of scrimmage. That's what he does. So that's going to hurt. And then also our offense might have a little problem. It's because we don't have Anthony Costanzo. And this is why I'm kind of happy I made this video on Saturday. I know I missed a video last week. Sorry, guys. But Myles Garrett, he might put a little hurting on Phillip Rivers, and that's why I say let's I want to see T.Y. with 7 catches for like 95 yards, because Phillip might not have the time to drop back and throw a couple of deep balls. And I mean by like 24-yard bomb to T.Y. I don't see that happening this week. So I see a couple 15-yarders here, couple 15-yarders here, 12-yarder there. So that's why I say like 7 catches for 95 yards and a touchdown. But that's my prediction. Now I want to get into the Pacers and what the Pacers should do with Victor Oladipo. The question is, should the Pacers trade him, or should the Pacers let him play out this season? This offseason is going to be quick, guys. It's already October, and they're still playing the finals. And the NBA is talking about playing having the first game be on Christmas Day. That's a little over 2 months and 2 weeks. So this offseason is going to be quick as hell. So I say all that to say is I think the Pacers should keep Victor Oladipo. Keep him. The Pacers are the people think Victor Oladipo has a leverage. That's not the case. The Pacers have all the leverage, and believe me, I'm a huge Pacer fan, which in turn makes me a huge Victor Oladipo fan. And Victor Oladipo is great. He is great for this team. And honestly, I think he's great for this city. And the reason why I say it's great for the city is because he did go to IU. So he is, even though he wasn't born in Indiana, he is technically a Hoosier. So I think just the fan base likes him and embraces him. And I think how the Pacers have all the leverage is because of two things. Victor wants his money. And then Victor has to prove that I know I'm about to say, my mind just went blank. And Victor has to prove that he's still healthy before a team wants to trade their assets and then wants to commit to paying him the maximum amount of money. Now, once we trade Victor, I think the Pacers have the ability to offer him the super max if he reaches all NBA status. Let him ball out this year. Let him ball out. Let him ball out and help this team, because with the offseason being so short, I think I'm just a fan, so I'm not an analyst. I'm not anything. I'm just guessing. I'm assuming the draft, like it's always been, it's going to be what? A week? 2 weeks right after the season? I would say that it's October 10th. The finals will probably be over with by next, I don't know the schedule, so just by next Friday, the finals will be over with. The draft has to be like no more than a week or two after that. That's going into November. So the draft has to be like, in my opinion, the NBA draft should be like a week after the finals ends. So that means, you got to come up with a trade package, which I know they already been talking behind the scenes. You got to come up with a great trade package for Victor Oladipo, and a team willing to pay him. No, we have a great squad. One thing we're missing is, I don't know why I know why we haven't hired a coach, but I don't know why we haven't hired a coach. We haven't hired a coach. That's because the coach the Pacers is looking for is in Miami. He's on the bench right now in Miami. So we're waiting for that process to end. But let's go back to my Victor Oladipo take. Is he has to prove that he's healthy and prove that he can be an all NBA player once again. So let's just put the ball in his court. Let's not trade him. And can we guarantee, if we were to trade him, that Kevin Pritchard will get lucky again? Yes, I said lucky. Will he get lucky? I don't know. The Paul George trade that brought in Sabonis and Vic, that was a lucky trade for I may be crazy by saying this. I think I'm correct though. KP got lucky. No. Sabonis wasn't an all-star. He was a backup bench player. And Victor Oladipo wasn't the player who he is now. Because if that was the case, he wouldn't have been traded. It would have been a 1-for-1 trade. But instead it was a 2-for-1, and even with that trade, people were saying that the Pacers got fleeced still. It just came to the fact that Paul George wanted to leave in 2 years. He requested another trade out of OKC. Sabonis became an all-star, and Victor became damn near all NBA player. He got lucky. I don't see him replicating that again. If he does, that's great. But let's run it back with this squad. I see the rumor that Myles Turner could be going to Golden State, the Pacers getting the number 2 pick, and the Atlanta Hawks is getting Andrew Wiggins. That's enticing. Now that's really enticing, but if we were to hire Mike D'Antoni, if the Pacers were to hire Mike D'Antoni, what I would say, I hate to say this because I think Sabonis is a great player. I would rather trade Sabonis, keep Myles and Goga. Myles would then play the Amari Stoudemire role, and then but I would need Myles. He averaged last year 12 points and like 6.6 rebounds. I would need Myles to bump that up to average 15 and 12. Now we need Myles to be that dominant center. And just looking at it down there, Bam was right. Like Bam for the Heat, he was upset that he got left off the U.S. squad for Myles Turner. And right now, how the looks of it is, he's using that to fuel this season. And we need Myles Turner to play like that. I know Myles isn't that physical, but just around the defense, to just grab a couple more defensive boards, another more offensive boards. If you got to go to the weight room and add on, he's listed as 250. I don't think he's 250, but if he is, add on 10 more pounds of muscle and just bulk up so you can fight in the paint and just get boards. Because them extra rebounds is points. You preventing teams from getting second chance points, and you're helping the Pacers get second chance points. Now, I would love to see us just really running back, because this Pacers squad have the ability to be a top 4 seed in the East next season, because it's going to be once again it's going to be a compressed. It's going to be like a lockout. We're going to miss the first month and a half, so we're going to cut down a whole month of the season, and they're probably going to play from Christmas until January. Well, not January. I mean June. From Christmas until June. So with that being said, let's run it back. Let's not make any major moves until we see who we hire. If we hire D'Antoni, trade Sabonis, because D'Antoni's going to get probably like a 4-year deal. So trade Sabonis, keep Myles. Don't trade Vic, because Vic will blossom in that system, and he will sign supermax with the Pacers. But that's one thing I got to say with the Pacers. And I hate that you have this stigma that you don't want to pay your players, because as I've always seen, you've always paid your players. The Pacers even stuck by Ron Artest after the brawl. It's not like the Pacers wanted to trade Ron. Ron wanted to get out of town, and Ron was being paid by the Pacers. But we paid everybody. We paid Roy Hibbert. We paid Paul George. We paid George Hill. We was going to pay Lance, but Lance took another contract with I forgot, was it a longer deal? I think it was a longer deal with the Charlotte. Then were they still the Bobcats then, or were they the Hornets? I don't know. We paid Reggie. We paid Jermaine O'Neal. The Pacers play their players. Should we even pay David West coming off of an ACL injury? We pay him $12 million a year coming off of an ACL injury. So, but the Pacers are. I want us to run it back with the squad that we have now, and I want us to just keep everything that we have. And just put all the pressure on Victor Oladipo. Like I said, going back to my Colts prediction, I have the Colts winning 27-23. A huge game from Jonathan Taylor, huge game from Phillip Rivers, huge game from T.Y. Hilton, and just our Indy defense as a whole. I want to thank you for watching my videos. Please hit the like and subscribe button. And thank you for just watching my videos. Thank you. Have a great day.